Forget swiping on an app in the search for true love. Singles are going old school to find the one. Speed dating making a comeback. Survey says people want to make real connections in person. Eventbrite reports a 62% spike in events that mention dating or singles compared to the same time last year. Tamsen Fadal, our anchor at our NewsNation affiliate in New York, is here. We love chatting with you about love. Proof that love is in the air. I mean, I remember having conversations with guys in 2021 and 2022 and people being very apprehensive about meeting in person. But it's like 2023 and everybody's out. Why do you think people are more pulled towards speed dating of all things?
I know, isn't that funny? I love talking with you about this, by the way, because I think these are such timely issues that if people are out there and they want to meet somebody, and that's the number one question I get when it comes to social media, how do I meet somebody? It's interesting, though, to see this kind of speed dating is a little old school, actually, right? Swiping and going online, that has been the thing. But after so many years of that being the only option, I think people are tired of it and they want to get back out there in person and maybe waste a little less time, because I think when you're face to face, at least you feel somebody's energy and know if there's some kind of spark.
Yeah, I think we're looking for a spark, but I think people need help just looking. There's the speed dating, there's the matchmaking, there are these companies that come out. This Pair company has a ring that you wear on your middle finger to signal you're single. And I'm like, yeah, but everybody would have to know about the middle finger ring. I mean, how can you just project availability in the modern era?
You know what? I think you have to get out there. I met my husband completely on accident when I was just doing my thing with girlfriends. And I think about that a lot. And it's the advice I give. Get out there and do the things that you want to do, not actively searching. I do like the idea of getting off the phone, though, because that's a big deal. Right before we came on, I looked at my screen time. If I were out there trying to date right now, I'm 7 hours on the phone, not online dating. So you got to put your head up from the phone and look around and be present.
I could not agree with you more. And I've seen that success in my own life. Just look up. I know you and I represent the ladies, but I was talking to a guy friend and he admitted to me that sometimes women are making it more difficult for knowing how to approach them, and that so many men are shy and it's just easier for them to not make a move. So first I want to ask, is there a way to help the guy you're maybe interested in know that you are definitely interested? And what's your advice to men?
Well, I mean, the ring has not been around until just recently. So I think we've done it very well before then, though it is an ingenious business idea, is it not? But the worst thing somebody could say is no, right? If you walk up to somebody and you have a friendly hello or try to have a conversation, there's nothing wrong with that. And if no is the worst thing that can happen by the end of that, you're not doing so bad. So I don't think there's this thing there was a long time ago where you feel like you're going to get that rejection. But I do know that men feel a little intimidated nowadays because I think that they realize that women can ask them out just the same. It wasn't like that a long time ago. You know, a long time ago, women would wait for the guy to ask them out. Not the case anymore. But I think what's wrong with just having a conversation and just talking to somebody and being, as you would with anybody else, friendly in order to meet somebody?
I think that's the key. Did your husband ask you out or did you ask your husband out? I'm curious to know what his secrets were to woo you.
He asked me out and he was really good. He was good about it. We were bi-coastal at the time and he would fly to New York and come have dinner whenever he was in town for business. But yeah, he was the one that asked me out and he was not shy about it. So that's a good thing.
And he was definitely putting in those miles and buying those plane tickets. That signals interest, men. So if you're listening, when you're ready to invest, that is always a good signal to a woman, a lady friend. Thank you, Tamsen Fadal, for all the advice.
Oh, it's always good to see you. I have to have you on Instagram Live one day. We're going to keep talking about this.
I know. Can we talk soon? I have a book signing and I would love, I've got a book signing today, but we have to talk about everything.
Anytime.
Okay,
Anytime.
Perfect. I'm going to text you. I'm going to text you after this. Thank you. Bye, Tamsen. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.